everybody, Cassie here, and I hope you're all well. I'm well. It might not look like I'm well because I have no makeup on, but I am. Don't ask me if I'm ill. I get that a lot when I wear like no makeup. But it's Friday and I've been busy and I wanted to wear no makeup but still wanted to make a video. So I'm here doing a book tag for you all because it's, you know, a chill thing to do where I can just sit and talk. But next week I am getting back into making videos and doing various different things. I've got a lot of ideas and it's December next week. Like that's, isn't it? Yes it is. It's December next week and I'm so excited. I've got some plans and I'm really excited. But today, book tag. I was going to do a book review but I haven't really read a lot of books. I read, oh god, what's it called? Play It As It Lays, I think that was what it was called. But it wasn't really very book review worthy. It was a good book, but it's not, it's gonna be a book. I read that but it wasn't great. Like, and I reread Mockingjay as well for the midnight premiere. So I'm just gonna jump straight into the video. Question 1. Do you have a certain place at home for reading? Yes, I mean I don't really read anywhere except my room. I don't read downstairs very often, like I just don't, the sofas aren't that comfortable, so you can't like curl up and read a book on them really, I don't think. So I like to just make like a little corner in my bed, in the corner of the wall, and kind of get myself in there and just sit and read, and that's really comfy. I remember when I was reading Twilight, I read them all in about a week because I just got into them, and I literally just lay on my bed, like I think for the whole week, like morning to night, like reading through this whole series. So it's always just been my bed, really. Question 2. Bookmark or a random piece of paper? Now I used to be a stickler for bookmarks and always use the same bookmark, but then when I started reading more than one book at a time and kind of jumping between books, which is, I don't do it, it's not, I don't like doing it, but I found, you know, this old luggage tag, I started using that as a bookmark just because it's got the string and it's easy to find the page and blah blah blah. I also have like a voucher that someone gave me, I think for Amazon, like an Amazon gift card for books that someone gave me, and I used that for a bit. Like, I guess I just use random pieces of paper. Short answer to that question, random pieces of paper. Question 3. Can you stop reading anytime you want, or do you have to stop at a certain page, chapter, part, etc.? I can't, I mean I can stop in the middle of a sentence if someone distracts me, but I find it very difficult to kind of take everything in again. Like I sometimes end up reading the same sentence about 6 times, especially if I'm like travelling on a train or something, because I just get so distracted by all the different things that are happening. I tend to like finishing at the end of the chapter if there is one. If it's long, then I pick, you know, the end of a paragraph. Just somewhere logical where I can immediately pick it up. The problem with finishing at the end of a chapter though is that if it's like a cliffhanger chapter, then you're like, oh my god, I have to find out, and you have to read the next chapter, and then you realise that every chapter is kind of a cliffhanger and you're stuck there reading the whole book until you fall asleep. Question 4. Do you eat or drink while reading? I can, but again, it's like, you know, I can't eat food and read at the same time. I think it's really difficult for me to focus on what I'm reading and take it in if I'm like eating and thinking about how good the food is. And question 5. Can you read while listening to music, watching TV? I can't read books while watching TV. I can read magazines, but you know, then you're not really watching the TV. I don't think you can really do both of those because you can't take in what's happening on the TV and read. But while listening to music, yes. I don't like to, but I can, especially in the car. I think it's easy. I can just zone everything out. Question 6. One book at a time or several at once? I normally like to stick to one book, finish it, and then move on to the next one. But recently, I've been jumping between books, particularly when my life gets busy and I don't have time to finish the book. I tend to leave it for a few weeks and think, oh, I don't really want to go back to that now. And then I'll jump to another one and realise that's just not finishing a book though, is it? No, one book at a time, I think. That's all my brain can take, really, because otherwise I get the stories confused. Question 7. Reading at home or everywhere? Well, I can read anywhere. Like, I regularly read on the bus or on set and stuff when I'm filming something. I'll sometimes take a book, and if there's not really anyone there to talk to, like if everyone's busy, then that's a good time to read. But I don't know, I don't get a lot of time to read outside the house, but I would read anywhere. Seems like a silly question. Question 8. Reading out loud or silently in your head? Definitely silently in my head if I'm reading the book seriously. If I read it out loud, I'm just listening to my own voice and I can't take it in. I'll sometimes read out loud if I want to try out like accents or if I'm just messing around or whatever, but most of the time it's just silently in my head. Question 9. Do you read ahead or skip pages? I don't skip pages unless, it's really, really boring. If I'm finding the book awful and maybe there's a particular character I don't like and oh, this page is all about this character and I just skip to when that's over. But I haven't done that in a very long time. Reading ahead? I don't think I've done that in a while. I don't like to read the end. I mean, that makes sense. Sometimes I like flick through to see what's what with the rest of the book. Does anything look interesting, etc. And I'll accidentally read what happens. I think that happens sometimes. But if that happens, I kind of hope that I'll forget it because I have a very forgetful brain. Question 10. Breaking the spine or keeping it new? If it's a book I particularly love or feel like I'm going to really, I'm going to want to keep it for a long time, I will not break the spine. If it's a book I initially think I'm probably going to only read this once, I will probably break the spine. For example, The Hunger Games and Twilight. I did not break the spine on those books because at the time I adored them. Other books, when I read Wild, I broke the spine on that apparently. One Day books I'm not too bothered about, I'll probably break the spine on. And if the spine's already broken on them when I buy them, then I'll tend to not be bothered and just continue breaking the spine as well. And our last question, this has gone so quickly. There's no like favourite books or anything, but question 11, do you write in books? I do not. I don't see any need to. I mean, I wrote in my textbooks at uni, but that's, that's a completely different thing. A fiction book I would never write in. I just don't see any need to. I feel like I want to add some questions in, but I'm not sure. Favourite book? I always find it so difficult to pick a favourite or something, because I just love all of them. I think it's probably something like Before I Fall. Was that the one where she had to relive like her last day and do it right, if you like? The Selection as well, that series is really good and I have adored that since the beginning, I think. I'm hoping that I could maybe, I don't know, play the character if they ever make it, but What book are you gonna read next? Yes, good question. Again, I have all of these books here that I'm still working on. I'm debating reading The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. It's a small book, or The Alchemist, because a friend recommended it. I also need to just read 1984, I just need to get some classics out of the way, But we'll see. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated on my life. This is a very chill video today. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope it wasn't too boring. Go and tell me your answers to all these questions. It wasn't the funnest tag, but if you like books, then maybe you'll like hearing about how other people read things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for hopefully some better quality, more interesting videos. Right, so I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you later. Probably. Maybe. Okay, bye. Question 4. No, just did that one. Question 6. I'm tired. It's Friday. Question 6. One book at a time or several? Oh god, I can't do that with teary eyes. What's my favourite book? That could be a good one. I don't know what my favourite book is.